Hey, what's up? Steam here. Today I decided I wanted to start a new survival, and it's been a while. I started a new world, so as you can see I've got a whole bunch of previous ones here, but we're just going to create a new one. And we're currently in 1.20.6, so I'm just going to make this, for now, 1.20. Let's play, why not? I always go for hard difficulty. I think I want to do 1.21 features so I can fiddle with those. So maybe it's not worth it since the update's just around the corner. I think I'll pass for now. We'll just go with how it is, and once the update drops we can move on to the next one. So here we go. See what we have. Alrighty. Since we started in a birch forest, we've got a little bit of snow off to our left here, so possibly a mountain of some kind, or was I just crazy? Oh, there it is. Some snow there. Looks like there's a stony shore, some bees. Hey, look, powdered snow, or not. Even that faked me out. Oh, cool! Look at that. We got a jungle and we've got access to 4 or 5 wood types already. 6 probably, because there's probably an oak around here somewhere. Alrighty, well this is a pretty good start, I'd say. Spawn was right here, so maybe I should just start clearing this out. Yeah, I think that could be a good idea. Just start with something simple. Just going. Alright, let's get started with our basics. Gotta get the crafting table going. I think I'm just gonna try to build something really simple right here, just to get us going, you know? Don't need anything too fancy to get started. And this right here. I do enjoy using the recipe books. I find it quite convenient. I think what we'll do, get ourselves a wooden pickaxe. Usually the only wooden tool that I make, because quite often you can find some stone fairly close. Get started. Oh, you could also find zombies and skeletons. Hey. Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, he found me. There you go. Kill him, zombie. Eat him. There we go. Those guys will... Ow! Guys will burn. Oh. That was an exciting start. Oh, we got more zombies coming. Okay, I'm gonna grab the cobble I need real quick. Alright. Let's get back out. Oh. I just want to make a stone axe, leave me alone. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to use this for a weapon instead of a tree. Goodness. More zombies? Now I'm curious. Oh boy. Now I'm really curious. Why are there so many of you guys? Not make this my first death. Gosh. I feel like there's just too many spawning here, but we want to risk it and try to get some of this coal. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. Wasn't a spawner like I thought maybe. Alright, well I jumped down in the caves and decided to grab a little bit of this granite since it was right here. I think what I'm going to do is start with, you know, somewhat of a simple house. So we're just going to make it basically 3x3 on the interior. We just need something simple for us to hide away in the nighttime until we acquire ourselves a bed. we were lucky enough to find sheep immediately, we could definitely have started with already having a bed. But what I'm doing for now is getting some pillars made. Probably get a door in right here. And I figured since we have these two kind of easily accessible, we kind of go for a bit more of a lighter block palette. And for the sake of safety, probably want to make some windows on each side. So it's a bit easier to see. Okay. Then I'll do like that. Yep. Then I think I'll just take the floor out. You have to pick a different block for the floor, I feel like. Maybe we can go find something in the cave. In fact, let's see. Let's poke our head in here a little more and just see if we happen to find anything we can make use of for floor. Not just skeletons. Alright, we're just gonna have to go down there later when it's not as dangerous. Like that. Skeleton. Alright, so for now, we'll stick with having, I guess, granite for the floor. We'll change it out later. There we go. Get like slots for windows. And then maybe we actually take some birch like that. Bring it across. Kind of give us a frame for the house. When it comes to building, I think it's good to start with like simple shape, because you can always expand. That's the thing about Minecraft, is it's anything, everything can always be changed. You can start with one thing. They're zombies. Start with one thing and then always change it out later if you don't like it. I like hearing those skeletons wandering nearby. Alright. Get the rest of this in. Don't quite have enough for a roof. So, in fact, I think, what do I want to do for the roof? Well, a little bit of cobble, maybe a cobble roof? Doesn't feel quite right. I do something and my brain's totally spaced it. Okay, so for now, we're just going to fill this in though. And we'll get some glass a bit later. We should definitely make a door at the very least. That is safe. I always like making a pressure plate, because that is convenient when you walk inside and it automatically closes the door for you. Alright, well, I think I'm just going to wait out the night here, and I'll bring you guys back once once the sun breaks, that is. Alright, looks like the sun is starting to break. While I was kind of waiting here, I decided to make some polished andesite, and that's a sign the sun is up. Okay, now I can talk. So when I was waiting, I decided to make some of these polished granite, which you can make by putting 4 of the regular granite together. You get this, it kind of gets a little bit of a contrast, and I was looking at this and I had a couple planks and decided I should put like a strip along the bottom here to kind of break up the two reds. Now, one thing to do when you're leaving early in the morning is to make sure you get a pretty decent space away, double check the area because there could easily be creepers about. Doesn't look like there's any immediately right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna get a couple more birch planks to do that. We can finish off kind of the strip around the edge. I think I'm gonna pop down there since this dark oak isn't too far away. If we're just keeping an eye out, making sure that there are no creepers hiding around corners for us. Be right there, so we'll go over to this one. I do want to be wary of a dark oak forest because there are a lot of dark spots. So it's easy for mobs to still be lingering even after the sun is rose. Okay, we just got a couple pigs in the area. I think I want to find a dark oak that's kind of on its own if possible. There it is. There's the evil creepers. Those things will blow up if they get too close to you, so you gotta be careful. Alright, I'll chop this one down. Not exactly on its own, but for the most part, these roofed forests is what they're actually called. And they have a lot of trees connected to make a canopy. You can see right there, there's a spider. If we're not careful, they'll come out. Yep, if you're in darkness, they will actually come after you. But during the day, or if they're in sunlight before they see you, they will not be aggressive. They'll actually be neutral. Hello, pig. Don't worry, I'm not going to chop you up. In fact, I want to get you some potatoes or some carrots. Get lots of piggies. Yeah, it would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Feed you guys and get fat. Oh, you like that idea, huh? Well, I'll come find you later. I don't have food yet for you. There's just the last few logs. There's gonna be hanging leaves, which is kind of unavoidable unless you want to, like, punch it and break off, like, part where it's connected. Because if a leaf is connected to a log, it won't despawn up to, like, I don't know, 5, 6 blocks, something like that. I'll have to verify the actual count on that. What I think I'm gonna do is actually change my mind a little bit on going for a lighter palette and actually use the dark oak as a roof. So we'll have a light building and we'll have a dark roof. And then I think oh, I do need more birch. I think I need to switch this out as well. Take these trees down so we have a bit better view. And then what we can do as well, in fact, I think I'm gonna run down to the beach real quick and do just that, which is grabbing some sand. Grab this. Oh, we are gonna need cobble as well. But we'll go grab some sand, a shovel, because that makes it a bit easier to dig it up. It also works for dirt and gravel, all the like earthy type blocks. All right, let's see. We don't have any immediately here, but there's some sand. There's something else I saw. Clay. Now clay would be a good block to mix in with the granite because it's also of a red texture. And it's one way you can actually make your builds just a little bit better is by picking a specific color and then finding other blocks to mix in with that. Grab this last bit of clay. That actually, oh, did break. Lagged for some reason. Alright, we want to get at least 6 pieces of sand. So we'll actually just grab these pieces that are just hanging out right here. And one thing to also take note of is when you are in flight, so to speak, so if you're not touching the ground, it'll actually slow down your ability to mine. So if like you're in the water, you want to break this, so that takes a while, but if I land on it, it doesn't take nearly as long. Ooh, let's grab this little bit of iron. It's only 1 though, unfortunate. Make use of this coal at the very least when we get back up. And we can grab the little bit of cobble we need as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 8 pieces of cobblestone and get ourselves a furnace. Now one thing that's really helpful, at least for me, I like with the recipe book, I like to turn it on to only show what I can craft. Then I know what's available to me in the inventory, what I can craft. It also works in the crafting table as well. We should have enough supplies now to finish off at least the first simple bit of the house. We have our main room. And I think what I'll do from here is actually expand upon it. So we can basically break out a wall and expand it. So we kind of keep with that concept that I mentioned earlier about where you can, over time, improve your builds. We'll pop these bits out. We'll have to move the crafting table so that we can get to these. We'll finish up. Oh, we got some sandstone actually if we did that. Now sandstone's also another one, and sand as well, that are good with birch because they're of a kind of a very light yellow. That makes any sense? Almost a tan. It can be really good for doing stuff like that. This in here. A couple more planks. Finish this out. And what we're going to do, basically what we're doing with these are our foundation blocks. So if I put this back, let's put it back here for now. We don't necessarily need it, but we can actually make a furnace now. As you can see, we have more recipes available to us. So for melting certain items, a furnace is a great option. For example, now that we have this, we can also turn on our recipe book and it shows things we can make. So we could do charcoal by putting wood into there, or we can do brick and glass, which that is what I'm after right now is glass. So I can make windows. And the next thing we'll do is we'll smelt down the clay so we can make bricks to kind of sprinkle into some of this. In fact, we might even make bricks be part of our foundation block. Let's see, we can make a couple more of these in our inventory. Something I'll actually show you in a bit here with the iron is something that makes this a much easier thing to do. And then there's two options you can do here now when it comes to building something. Like, as you can see, what I've been doing is I've just been ignoring blocks you can't see. Because the likelihood of you ever coming across that is only if you're ever going to modify something, or if, like, so for example, I want to terraform, then I would want to like fill those blocks in. But since they are part of the terrain, your brain won't even realize that they're not actually there. All right. Once we have 6 glass, we'll be able to acquire the specific thing I'm after. Why is my door gone? That back. All right, because I broke the block. All right, so now that we have 6 glass, we can come to our crafting table and we can make glass panes. And what we can do is pop this out here now. And put the glass panes across, and we can see outside. And it's also going to break up the flat wall, because now we have a different color, and we also have a different depth of block. And for now, we're just going to put that on all those sides. We could put it here, but the only problem with the glass pane is it won't connect to the door. As you can see, the door is kind of goes on the edge, so it looks kind of weird. So something we can do is we have these granite walls. We take a granite wall, place that there. Right. My brain was thinking connecting to glass. That actually won't work. But what I can show you what I was meaning to show you that I thought was going to work, but I forgot about the door. But something like that. Pretty nice too. So if we actually wanted to make these, for example, thinner as well, we can do that. Like that. That gives depth around on the outside. Get us a couple of bits of stone. Let's see if I can grab that before he comes over. Nope. See if we can handle him. You can see right there, he's starting to light up. So what I do is I'm running. Because when you run and hit something, it'll actually push them back or knock them back. That's a baby zombie. Baby zombies are very quick, so you want to get away from them as much as possible. Usually you can just get to a higher elevation. But if you have time to run away, this also works as well. And since we are kind of stuck here for the evening as well, I'm going to use a little bit of dirt, get myself up here. And we should still be able to, oops, I fell down. Alright, I also want to smelt this. Didn't quite get enough iron, or not iron, cobble, to make the other item I was wanting to show you, but let's let this finish real quick and then we'll get the clay going. Alright, oh, and something you may have noticed, I've only put 2 sticks in there because each item that can burn, for example, can smelt a certain amount of items. So a stick is a half. If you do 2 sticks, you can do 1 item pretty easy. If I do coal, that'll do 8 each. If I do, is that 16, 24, 32. So I guess a decent amount. And we'll turn a little bit more into sticks. Or torches, I should say. Alright, so now we'll clear this out of the way. We'll use our crafting table, because we're going to actually turn some of these into planks. Let's do about 32 to start with. We'll grab some slabs and some stairs, because those are usually pretty good blocks for doing roofs. And something I like to do is either start it right on the edge like this, or you can push it out one so you have like a gap. But for now, we're just going to make this simple. We're going to do that. Slab here, there, here. I will do something a little different than I normally do, and I'll make kind of like additional roof supports here. Keep going around the edge. These are all in. And one thing to be wary of at night is that you don't get shot by skeletons when you're like on the roof like this. Now we have this empty gap, which something I usually like to do for an empty gap, for example, is continue like the wall block. That. And then you can put this there to keep going up. And just to make this interesting, we'll do a slab here, and we'll bring that all the way across. Okay, and then we're going to just put our stair there, our stair right here, and one more right here. And then something we can do to finish this up is we can actually take, might even just leave it as a full log, and put these across here to give us a little bit of difference in the roof. And just to make sure it's safe up here, we'll put a torch on there. And don't need all 4 of these, but that should be fine. Now, the only issue I've currently done to myself is I have locked myself out of the house. So we're going to break this up inside and close it up. There we go. Now we've got ourselves a roof. We have windows so we can see outside. We know what dangers are about. Oh, just be careful not to step on the pressure plate. And now we've got this kind of interesting looking ceiling. So I think what we want to do to kind of make this work a little better is put a couple slabs in so that it kind of rounds out the ceiling a bit. There we go. It's not too complicated, but it works. We got ourselves a simple house to hide from the darkness. We're on to our 3rd day. Jump out here, make sure we got nothing immediate. Yep. There's the dangers. Now if you look at the front of the house currently, like, the roof's kind of interesting, right? But it like looks funny because it's like flat. So there's a couple things we can do when it comes down to the flat part of the house. For one, we can make a couple more of our stairs, as well as slabs could be good. A couple more of those. Another thing that is really helpful to do to get rid of flatness is you can make fences. Make a couple more sticks. What we can do now is we can come out here. We can first get on our roof again. So let's see if we can find a way to jump up there. Nothing immediate, so we can use dirt for now. And a pillar up. So then we can do is we can take kind of this bit of the roof and just come out a little bit. Have it overhang over what we already had. We'll do that on both sides, so that front and the back. Oh, do I want to do a slab there? I'm not going to do a slab there. That'll give us kind of a bit more of a round shape to the roof. Oh look! Danger. This is why you gotta be careful when you're going outside after the evening. The night has passed. The danger comes out. Okay. Another slab there. Okay, we're gonna jump down here. Make sure the creeper doesn't see us, and then we'll actually walk away a little ways. Because what you can do to actually get rid of mobs like that, if you go far enough away, they'll get out of your render distance, which is like how far you can see. This is probably not far enough, but we can check. If we come back, we can see if he is still hiding behind the house. Yep, there he is right there. So we did not go far enough. Probably have to go at least 16 chunks, which not 16. Yeah, it is 16. I had to go quite a ways to actually get him to despawn, but it should be okay. So what we'll do is just be wary of him for now. So what I was going to say is you can take, fences like this, we actually line the side of the building, and it will bring more depth to the build. Now if you're looking here, it's like, it does look a little silly, so we could try like, we add a slab there. Nope. You kind of just have to fiddle a little bit, try different things, come up with different ideas and see what you like. One thing that we can do here is we can actually take our remaining walls, and we can use them as like a bottom support. And then we can take this dirt here, kind of bring this out a bit more, just to give us a bit more of a walk space and for that to make sense where that's at. Alright, let's jump up here, take a look. Now that's looking okay, but one thing we can do as well is we can grab a couple extra planks and we can make trapdoors. Another great item for detailing. Pop right here, we can like fill in the corner. We can either have it flat like that if we wanted to, which is not too bad honestly, because trapdoors tend to have different textures that make the build more interesting. And this almost makes it look like they've got like a brace, you know? Yeah, something like that could work well. And since this seems to be kind of in a weird spot now, we can actually move it, put the trapdoor there, and put our slab there, and then change how we have these alternating. We keep our pattern we had before, but then we introduce the new design that we're doing. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. It's giving us some cool little details, making the house look much more interesting. And another thing we can do as well is we can actually strip these to get rid of that extra texture, which will actually help that not be so busy. And I think that actually looks much better. We're going to stick with that. Let's see if we have any dirt. We don't have dirt, but for now we can use planks. Get us on the roof here. Go through and strip the rest of those if we didn't murder our axe. Let's actually go grab a bit more cobble and get a new axe. Alright, I got myself some new tools, and I went ahead and just finished up the last little bit of the deco. While this is quite a simple house, it's actually got a pretty decent amount of detail for being so tiny. And because we use different blocks, it gives a variety of depth, and then we do like different things with blocks to kind of break up how it looks, so that like, for example this, where we did every other, so that gave it kind of a unique roof to it. Now, this gap right here does feel a little funny to me. So I'm thinking I could try maybe putting a staircase in there. That might look good. Let's try grabbing a few more staircases, and we'll put them like that. Yeah, I think that kind of helps the flow, because it kind of matches with the trapdoors, but it's also a different depth. It's not the same thing, and it doesn't change like the kind of support green vibe we've got with these. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good little house. There's one other thing we can do to also actually add some more depth, as well as we can make use of signs. And then something like this extra space up here, we can then again do the same thing with, you know, we put a staircase there, and we can put a fence there. So we kind of have like a hangover to protect it. And we can even use signs if we wanted to like add in some more interest to it. Like that. And I think that looks pretty cool. That breaks up the birch, there's not as much birch. All of our details are in the dark. All our main blocks are in the white. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And we can also up a torch there for now. We have our light source. And I think I'm going to make that be it for this episode. It's been a very simple start, but that's how most worlds could end up being, right? Hop on in, you kind of just start fiddling around and you see what you can find, and maybe you put a house together, maybe you don't. But yeah, the next episode, maybe we'll expand on the house, go exploring, maybe we'll get a bed, who knows. I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.